What was the biggest failure point for learning from courses, from communities I joined in the last year, really 2 years? Well, it wasn't the courses, it was me. What's the most consistent thing around all experiences I've had trying to learn with courses, with books too, honestly? Well, it's quite consistently me. I am the one right there in that situation. And I've changed throughout the years. I've tried different stuff. I've learned from things, but the thing that stands out the most to me is that I tried building different businesses. I tried applying myself to accomplish specific goals, and really what worked the best was when my actions and the course or the materials were already aligned. This doesn't really explain anything to you. Example, I tried to build a web design business because I wanted to make more money, but I didn't actually enjoy any of that. Well, I didn't enjoy 80% of that. And I failed. And then I tried learning about marketing funnels, joining a community and a course for that. And I didn't really enjoy that. And I sucked. And I was trying to buy a solution that fixes my problems. But the reality was, regardless of what I was spending my money on, the problem stayed consistent. The problem was here, me, inside my head. That was the problem. And no amount of throwing money at my head was working. Trying to pour out my head to other people for money, like coaching is what I mean with that. I guess it kind of helped, but not in terms of delivering overwhelming results where I can say, oh yeah, it was a fantastic success. I mean, I set out the goal, I accomplished the goal, but I aimed so low. I sure think I could have changed as much or learned as much from different circumstances as well without spending the money as well. Because when I look at my experience with, for example, books, I read English books, I read Japanese books in short time frames and long time frames, and I feel like overall I learned much more from relatively cheap books compared to courses and materials that cost hundreds or thousands of euros at the time. Yeah, I didn't really make sure that the what I was that the problem I was trying to solve with buying things and services and the problem I actually had were the same thing. I was trying to fix a problem I didn't really have. I didn't really need to know how to build a web design business. I just needed to know how to sit down and consistently work. And the root of that problem is inside of me. It's not anything I can buy right now or I could buy in the past. That was not the issue. The issue was trying to fix things in my head. And not only is money something external, all the help I got was about external things as well at the end of it. About how to do things better. It was about the details in something else for the most part. Because even with coaching, and I don't know about therapy, I did not try that out, but even when it comes to coaching, I guess it depends on the coach and on who you come into the coaching. But I didn't really know what my problem was. I just knew I wanted to fix something. And I guess throughout all these actions, I realized one of the problems I was having was trying to fix problems that can be fixed with money, or problems that I can't fix with money so far. Maybe some other people have seen more success with that, but yeah, I didn't. I don't think spending copious amounts of money on self improvement materials has really paid off that much. I think probably I could have learned as much from signing up for a hard labor job or being forced into a tough life and tough circumstances that require me to be certain ways. I was trying to solve solve something I can't solve with money. I'm just repeating that now. So where does that leave me now? I've invested money into a self-help stuff. I overall feel some of that didn't quite pay off. And I still have the issues I perceived earlier that I tried to fix with money. Well, I learned that I'm not trying. Money is a tool, and you can get what you want with money. You can get advice on how to build a business. You can get advice on how to get new customers. You can get advice on how to achieve a goal. But if you want to solve your problem with money, you need to know what problem you have, and you need to go to something that can solve that problem. And my problem was being consistent. Or maybe that's how I perceived it, and the real problem is something else. Regardless, I was not taking consistent action across all of these things, or not consistent enough that I could succeed with what I was trying to learn with the material, with the way. So do I now know what my problem was or is? I would say I was misaligned between where I thought I wanted to go and where I actually wanted to go, and what mattered to me, what actually mattered to me, and what I thought mattered to me. I thought I really wanted to make money. The truth was, money is a terrible motivator for me. I don't want to work hard for money very much. Or rather, I think I want to work very hard for money. I just don't work very hard for making money. That's just not working. But I work very hard when it comes to running, and that really makes me satisfied. And I didn't learn that from any course or even following any advice from those things. I thought, man, I really want to go for a run more regularly, and then I went for runs more often. And I knew I had a marathon coming up I wanted to run in, and it was so satisfying. It was completely different to all the work I did before that. It was simply aligned with what I really wanted to do, and not just what I thought I wanted to do. So, in conclusion, I would say when it comes to courses, when it comes to coaching, you need some real consistency and clarity within yourself, with your subconscious and your conscious mind, on what you actually want. Because I think it's wrong for me to judge those materials and that I didn't accomplish what they were really trying to accomplish with me when I came into them with a problem they're not equipped to solve. It's like going It's like going to a carpenter when you're a pregnant woman and telling him, hey, the baby is about to be born, help. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna try my best to help you, but I don't really know what I'm doing here, and I don't think I have the tools to really help you. So if you're a pregnant woman, go to the hospital, for example. Go to somebody who knows about birth. Don't come to me right now, please. I'm not good for that. Yeah, and I was just being a pregnant woman going to that I was being somebody who has a problem going to the wrong person to solve the problem, or the wrong service. If you want if you want to solve something, go to the person who can fix that problem, or maybe try to solve it yourself. I don't know if I solved it myself, but I sure as hell made progress on my own much better than trying to get advice and listening to advice, which is the paradox of this video. Don't listen to the advice. Don't use courses. Don't get coaching. Just go with your gut. That's what worked for me, or that's what's maybe working for me right now. Oh yeah,